So unfortunately, when you're in a relationship with somebody that's not even spiritual, or y'all don't share the same beliefs, when it comes to, your faith and stuff like that, you got to even do more work. I mean, really, obviously, that's a sign that you maybe should reconsider the connection. But now you have to heal, balance, and protect your chakras from energy that they're emitting, as well as that they're emitting because of people, their family members, their friends, their social media account. If y'all both are following each other or friends on social media, all of that, especially with the times we're living in now, it's not as simple as it was before iPhones and apps and Instagram. So when you're experienced, of course, and you get in a connection, both of y'all, especially if you're in a connection where y'all both spiritual, or y'all both say y'all both Muslim, y'all both Christian, y'all both are, whatever belief system, y'all both share the same. And so, of course, that's going to be less hard work. You're going to be more teamwork, more it's not going to be as heavy, the burdens, the lessons, and things like that. That's probably a situation where in a previous lifetime y'all agreed to meet up when you both had already went through, the more so unmature or the harder lessons, or things like that. You probably wanted to meet up later on. We're talking about the typical ones that actually we don't want to repeat these chapters. You probably are just too emotional, passionate about the connection that you forget it happens. To, okay, let me work on my root chakra. Let me work more so on my heart chakra. This situation that we just went through today with their ex calling, or maybe their family members questioning me or questioning their ex, or anything that affects your emotions and things like that deeply, especially in a situation like that, that will affect your emotions deeply. After that, after an encounter like that, you will be guided to go work on the heart chakra by doing many things. You don't have to just sit up and listen to heart chakra meditations, or meditate with your eyes closed, visualizing green energy, or a light of green radiating from your chest space. You can be creative. Just things that you know are associated with the emotions that are positive and healthy, connected to that chakra, you would pour into that. So what would make you feel emotional and in love, or loving, or in an unconditional loving space in a healthy way now? You know what I'm saying? How can you overload yourself now that you've dealt with something that took from it, that pulled or put it more in the negative? So that's just what you have to do if you decide that you want to go back into the realm of being in a connection, a partnership. But yeah, we have to deal with a lot of those traumatic things that come with being in a toxic connection, unfortunately. And so there are cases where people might go years and forget about the chakra system, or just forget how to properly, heal, cleanse, and activate them. And it could have been blockages due to certain connections. It could have been a friend, family member, or a partner that betrayed you, or that you just had a negative experience with. And you're associating the things that were said, or should I say the actual encounter, the things that happened, what took place, with what is actual chakra damage. So what you're feeling when you feel like passionate hate, passionate bitterness, resentment, dislike, the need to want to seek revenge, any type of strong emotion, even if it's really missing them, even if it's really being sad, a lot of times that's chakra damage. That's just really what it is in the spiritual realm. On the physical realm, yes, it might be actual things, text messages that you read, things the person said, blurted out loud while during an argument with curse words, songs that was played, stuff like that. But the actuality is these are weapons and negative energy that was directed towards you, okay, and your chakra system. So as you heal these things, intentionally or unintentionally, you start to be able to still stand up more balanced, and be radiating at a frequency where you attract more of the energies and frequencies that you desire. You're going to attract negative energy, that's regardless. I've said it a million times in my videos. I don't know why people that have these books they sell, and lectures and seminars that they charge for, talking about law of attraction and manifestation, make it seem like if you make things a ritual, or you make a habit daily to focus only on positive, to focus only on what you want to manifest, that you're not going to attract negative. That's BS. We live in a world people will pay people, okay, to go be negative. So I don't know why they're making people think that that's possible. No matter what, in this 3D realm, in this earth school, you're going to deal with energies you just don't want to deal with. It doesn't mean that you're not doing a good job. It doesn't mean God doesn't love you. It doesn't mean you're not protected. It's just what comes with life. Back to my main point so I can end this video, y'all. I know y'all hate when I do short videos, so I know you love when I go over, of course, but the main last point I was making is that we ask and pray and we try to manifest certain things, and you don't know that it might take for you to sacrifice something, let go of someone, let go of a person or idea or a place, in order for that to come in. And so a lot of times how this entire operation will get going is the universe will allow your enemies, your ops, jealous people, the wicked witch, like we were talking about from the fairy tales, they'll allow them to think that, you know, you're in control, you're powerful, you deserve to be evil. And they'll, you know, gas them up like, yeah, you could do this. And they'll even make them think that it's working. And what they're actually doing is, for one, giving you the experience to know what the world has to offer as far as the bad as well, like being able to see the world for what it is, as well as get some experience and strength, you know, being able to protect yourself, being able to get to know your spirit guides more, being able to trust them more, just things like that, you know. Also, that person is learning a lesson. Every step that they're taking to send adversity to you, to block you, there's screenshots spiritually that are being taken. There's notes being taken. And so right away, they might not get punished or deal with adversity and repercussions for their actions. But eventually, when they do, that's going to be on their conscience, step by step. When they thought that they were actually affecting you, when they thought they embarrassed you, when they thought that they were making you single, making you look like a whore, a bad person, all of it. Because we're here to actually learn. So even when they're able to affect people that are less conscious, people that are not meant to be in your life anyway, people that just don't even matter to your big story, even when they're able to have people say things, do things, look at you a certain way, isolate you, all of that, it's actually working in your favor when it comes to what the spirit realm is trying to do, because everyone involved, including you, is learning lessons. You're learning who you really are. A lot of divine people, in the beginning of their targeting, in the beginning of their spiritual attacks, they don't even know. Go look at the story of Cinderella. She didn't even know until the end. Majority of people don't even know that you just thinking you little old you. You know, you don't even know that people are discussing you, people are following you, people don't like you. And then it's sad because the world is so miserable that nowadays people want you to know. They have no shame. They want you to know that they're watching you, they're stalking you, they're following you. And then they want to make it seem like it's for your good. It's not. You know, you're infatuated with the fact that you've seen me fall many times, but I got up stronger. And so that's why you're watching, because really, instead of you getting down to the nitty gritty and the truth with your soul and God and saying, God is something supernatural helping this person, because we've been able to get multiple people to go against this person at one time in groups, organizations, and things. Let me lead him along. Let me go find me a purpose. You're watching them because you already know that you can do more damage trying to physically watch them than you can by minding your business. And so with losers like that really don't understand that comes with a price as well. I mean, like, what did you, it's almost like Deal or No Deal. What suitcase, you know what I'm saying, did you sacrifice? Which one did you give up hoping that you were going to win? You know what I'm saying? I mean, what could you have been doing in your life? What blessings did you walk away from? What purpose, what type of humanitarianship, what type of, you know, way could God have been using? So they'll allow these people to think that they're affecting you, that they're slowing you down, that they're stopping you, but it's working all together, even for the people that they were able to make do, say, and treat you the way that they wanted. In the end, they have a lesson they're going to learn as well. So it's also a test of faith. You know, we're going to allow people to doubt you, the people you care about the most to walk away, to not be able to help you, the people you look up to like, it's like, do you trust us? And that's what your ancestors and your spiritual team are trying to get through to you. It has nothing to do with anybody physical on it. You cannot put your faith in man. Okay? So are there people that's going to flip-flop? Are there people that's going to try to make it seem like that was their intentions the whole time? Yeah, but the whole point when you become somebody that's highly attacked, highly targeted. The whole thing that you need to learn is that, okay, this must be either the last or one of the last lifetimes that I'm having on earth. What is it that I have that so many different, negative energies, demons, and spirits want to destroy? And so your ancestors, they'll also, like I said, out of tough love, they'll let certain curses, they'll let certain attacks happen, because it's like, I was trying to get your attention when we wasn't letting this happen, when we wasn't letting them, the sick code, the sick spell, when they was trying to send you pink eye, when they was trying to get you to get beat up, when they was sending curses for you to break up with your boyfriend, when they was sending curses for you and your boss to fall out. We was blocking all of that. But we also needed you to come and pray regularly with us. We needed you to meditate so you could see things we were trying to show you. We needed you to make sure that that spiritual connection was still strengthened, because that's really all that really matters. And that's the point of why you're here as a human, definitely as a divine being. And so you'll be like, damn, sometimes as soon as bad things happen, as soon as that car accident happens, as soon as you go to jail, as soon as something negative happens that seems like it's just for the worst, which on the 3D realm, and everybody that's negative and low vibrational that watch it, that's what they wanted. But with your spiritual team, because they're not going to allow just everything negative that people wish and pray on you to work, bro. It don't work like that. But the few things that do, they're like, look, we were trying to get your attention about this, about that, about this, about that. And it's not that we hate you. It's not that you're a bad person or you don't get it. It's just sometimes stuff have to happen so it don't happen again. And so you go through these situations, like I said, and then you get to a point where whether you have to go through these things to get to this point, or you already did, but you know your fate. You know the majority of the way your life is going to turn out. What's just inevitable, what you can't change. And you start to wake up every day and move and make decisions and think and care about things around you that happen in your everyday life based off of that. So people talking about this, talking about that, that's like knowing you're going to end up going bald. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, just think about these points, you guys. Don't always think when, like, really bad things happen. Like, if it's real bad, like, as you age, you start to notice, like, spiritual. Talking about spiritual stuff, not regular, ordinary people. But the more traumatic it is, should I say, I don't even want to say bad, just the more traumatic the situation is, you immediately want to, not even want to, you immediately connect and focus in and get a determined devotion with spirit. Like, what's going on? What is it y'all trying to get my attention about? What didn't I see? You know what I'm saying? What was my intuition knocking with me about that I kept putting off? That's how you start moving. And so I just wanted to make several different points. Hopefully all of them you guys were able to benefit in Honey Tribe, that's spiritual, from all of them. But us that are happily without a partner, in a relationship, married, or whatever you want to call it, just some of the things I know that the witches, the wizards, the ops, I know that they hate that, because like people that are really codependent on another connection, like another person in their connection, should I say, they really get a lot of kicks and giggles. But see, what I also notice is that when those people are so codependent or toxic that they actually can feed off the fact that most people that are doing that, like if you attacking somebody by trying to keep them single or embarrass them, or which is the same thing, like just try to affect how the person feels about them while they're in a relationship, that's something that's still affecting you. Like, you're hurt about not being in a connection or what happened in your connection, because why would you be doing that? And so there are some toxic connections where they feed off of that. You know what I'm saying? So what they'll do is, even if they hate each other, even if the sex is bad, even if they just staying together because it's more affordable, what they'll do is they'll feed off of the fact that they know somebody is attacking them because they have somebody. You know what I'm saying? It's two of them. It's not one person alone. And I have seen couples do that as well. And still, it never tempted me or motivated me to want to go still stay in a toxic relationship, go back to somebody that hurt me or betrayed me. I'm just like, no, it's not worth it. Especially when I know it's going to affect me negatively more. Because now, like, what I can take, I know the next person probably can't. So if I can take constantly being watched, talked about, compared, even at my best, like even at my worst, like even when I didn't want to try, even when Most people cannot, which is why they settle. This is why people settle in relationships. They couldn't take, like, I'm not saying everybody, but there's some people that cannot take their family or their friends not approving. They want to be invited. They want to hang out. They want the pictures, the hype. They want it. And so everybody can accept not being liked or not being invited or not people not wanting to be around. So me myself, I love hard as a Scorpio. I'm a Sag rising, Sag moon, so I get over these connections pretty good. You know, I don't stay stuck on them or bitter. I move on really well as a Sag rising and moon. I'm really, really, really optimistic and positive. But that's also what can have me obviously comfortable being single. Just always being the archer, always, you know, pursuing in a space of pursuing my dreams, my goals, my desires, no matter how bad the situation gets. And that's how I know the Creator is just awesome, because due to certain contracts we have, our souls, our birth charts, everything, they know where to put what. And so I say all the time, when things look just the worst, like situations I can look back on, you know, because I'm still aging every day, I'm still growing older. But even when I felt I was old 5 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, 1 year ago, and I look at situations I faced, I can see so much optimism in Sagittarius energy. It's not even funny, and I don't even be trying. These don't be incidents or events or moments, phases in my life where I'm thinking about that. A lot of times I have to be reminded. I might just see the sign Sag, I might see the word, and then I think about it. But majority of my energy, mentally and emotionally, goes towards me knowing I'm a Scorpio. But the facts of the matter is, our rising and moon, as well as other placements in our birth chart, affect us as well as individual. So I look back and I just be like, you know, situations, it makes sense. Like, at least I can when you understand yourself, you can understand your enemy. Of course, you need to individually do your investigating and research on your enemy. But when you understand yourself really well, you can really understand your enemy. You'll know why, what it is, why they're still attacked. Like, you'll know. And that's one of the things that started to unfold and make sense to me as well. Like, why they were so consistent, because majority of people, they get stuck at certain things that were said, done, how you make them look. People don't really know how to reinvent themselves anymore. Like, I'm telling you, fear, doubt, and I've been through situations, most people would have just off themselves. There's no way that they would have even invested in believing in anything supernatural, the divine, God. And that's pretty sad. That makes me sad. But fortunately for me, I always was that type of cosmic child where I believed in God, the fairies, the angels, the spiritual realm. So even though physically there was a lot of physical people that got possessed and they got these viruses downloaded to them that wanted to destroy me and everything about me, and to the point where they wanted me to feel and know like there's no way out, there's nothing you could do, nothing will ever change. Like, I've literally been in situations like that. Shout out to all my readers that emphasize on that when you're, you know, doing the readings and you're getting downloads and channelings about plots and things that were going on, even though times change.